I would just literally say, put some voodoo in the beginning of this damn movie and I'd leave you alone. That's it. I'm gonna say fuck a whole bunch. And y'all are just gonna have to get used to it. Fuck Primate. Fuck that movie. Fuck it. I don't often say that about art. Because I don't like being vitriolic like this about art. I'll say up front, as a piece of art, it's art. Go watch it if you like it. It exists. Whatever. Artists who made it, good for y'all. Hope you make money. But fuck this movie. There are a few movies that I'm going to say that kind of thing about. There's really nothing that I still feel justified doing that. Fuck Primate. Because that movie is absolutely disrespectful. As a primate paleontologist, as somebody who is very enthusiastic about monkeys in general, apes in general, I study the whole thing. This is the best way I could explain it to my friend. Apes gain sentience, Planet of the Apes style, right? They go back and watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes, War for the Planet of the Apes, they watch those movies, they will go, couple of stereotypes here and there, but overall, I feel like the humans were doing their best to tell a story about us, and it's whatever. They would watch the movie and they would be comically amused by having watched the movie. They watch Primate, they're gonna be mad. They're gonna be fucking mad because that movie is propaganda. That movie is anti-ape propaganda. That movie is offensive in the way that I imagine somebody who was alive in like the 20s, 30s felt about Birth of a Nation. I'm not even kidding. To attribute everything that happens in that movie to some fucking rabies, and that's it. That's the only explanation they give to rabies. This is not rabies. Let me tell you specifically, just in case you wanted to watch this movie is not Cujo. This movie is not Crawl. This movie is not an animal gets something, there's something wrong with the animal and people have to survive against the animal. This movie is Terrifier with the chimp. I'll say that again. This movie is Terrifier with a chimp as the antagonist. This chimp is a sadistic monster, mean-spirited, evil serial killer who gleefully kills people, plays with their body parts throughout the movie, laughs at the demise of these people, goes looking for people to kill, not because I'm just in a rabies fugue and need to bite, need to attack. No, I am actively, gleefully participating in the murder, whilst also fading back and forth sometimes between being a good chimp and a bad chimp, so that you still feel bad for me, so then I can turn on my master and freak everybody out. That's how that movie is. And then they play this spooky little Michael Myers thing throughout after every kill. I expected it to have some violence, because that's what the trailers pitched. I knew they were going to be referencing Travis. Pretty sure his name's Travis. I don't remember. I'm not looking it up right now. I was ready to be upset as somebody who just knows everything about the thing. I was prepared for that. There's a certain point where I was kind of having fun, and there was a certain point where this thing does something that I'm like, oh, that was kind of clever, but kind of interesting, but whatever. You're dealing with an animal. And then this animal gets up there and laughs about how this guy just died. And I was like, wait, that's kind of shitty, and it just kept going like that, and it was so close up. I'll say I'm a wuss. I was expecting to cover my eyes through most of this movie anyway. You know what I mean? I went with a friend because I wasn't ready to do this alone. Like, this is already not my type of movie, so I'm not mad at it because of that. I'm mad that I had to be fucking emotionally scarred and feel just mad and upset because this movie's just gonna make people hate monkeys. Like, the thing, and I want to be clear about this, when people bring up kids in regards to movies, I'm not saying don't make stuff because kids, no, this movie's not for kids. I'm saying that the way that it was just a videotape in the background that some of us saw, and some of us saw parts of, and some of us just looked at the tape and were freaking out about it. I don't like that Primate is just one of them movies. Not a movie where a serial killer embodies a chimp and then goes on a rampage, because if you just changed the backstory, I'd be fine, but the fact that it just starts with some opening text about rabies, and then it shows you a really nice, sympathetic monkey turn into a fucking serial killer because it got sick, and then they fucking glory kill this thing. Like, it's awesome, the fight scene and how they murder this animal, this poor, sad, sick, sympathetic animal. You know what I mean? And there are real people who got their faces fucking ripped off, and they do the phone call and everything. I know Hollywood, like I know, and nothing is sacred. I get it. And like I said, in most cases I wouldn't be ranting, I wouldn't be mad. I cried outside of the fucking theater with my friends. I'll be so honest about that. Not just because it was saddening and traumatizing just visually. That is part of it, and I think that wasn't very well accentuated in the trailer either. I didn't think it was going to be that. Like I said, this is Terrifier. This is up close, full blood, guts, gore. We're seeing it really, 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 really close for a really, really, really long time. You're hearing all of the ripping, all the tearing, all of the screaming, and they just stick there and hold on it. This movie is so happy to destroy people, and the monkey itself is as happy as can be, laughing while it rips people's jaws off their fucking bodies. Like, that's the movie. That's the movie. I expected to see something kind of stupid, because that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. I expected something kind of stupid, and as somebody who just loves animals and loves primates in particular, that I was just going to be a little bit kind of like, whatever. I was doing that. I had that vibe. I didn't expect that. I should have fucking gone seen Bone Temple. Bone Temple probably would have traumatized me less, because I would have expected to be traumatized like that. I didn't expect to get traumatized like that. I didn't expect to be traumatized at all. I expected to have a stupid ass time at the movies. Because that trailer was not, this movie is super, 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 super bad. The movie Monkey in the trailer has, we're gonna show you these blocks because this movie is too graphic and too crazy for you to, if they had done that, I probably wouldn't have gone to see Primate. This movie didn't advertise itself like that. It advertised itself like it was Cujo. Like it was Cujo. Like an animal just attacks some people. And they have to probably kill this animal, but they're probably just putting down an animal that has hurt some people. And maybe people made stupid choices. Maybe some crazy serendipitous stuff happened. But this thing's not ripping off faces and laughing. That's different. That's fucking different. That makes me fucking mad as somebody who fucking loves monkeys. That's it. I hate this movie. Fuck Primate. I hope... Like I said, it's art, it's whatever, it exists. I'm not mad like that. I'm not mad about that. I'm just... Like I said, disrespect is the feeling that I left. I felt I watched something, I don't know, sacrilegious. The way that some people probably watch Passion of the Christ and then we're all up in arms because we didn't have to see Jesus suffer so much. I felt this was gratuitous. This felt pointless. This felt mean-spirited. It felt we didn't need to do this about this kind of tragedy, about an animal, about blah, 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 blah. And we chose to do it anyway. You know? I'd say the only other movie that made me feel like that is fucking Bring Her Back. I was mad about Bring Her Back too. Fuck that movie too. There's a few movies this last couple of years that I've seen, but fuck that movie. Fuck that movie. I don't want to just see kids get abused. I don't want to just see realistic situations where kids are adopted into dangerous families and they just get abused, because that shit just happens. That shit just happens. It's not commentary. You just showed me that for a long time and I was just upset. I just felt bad. I was just in a bad mood. That's the problem. At the end of Primate, nobody was like, wow, that was cool. Everybody just felt like they were in a bad mood. It felt like after we fucking watched 12 Years a Slave, like people were just leaving like, damn, I watched some really harsh, horrible stuff happen to some people. That's what it was. Not, I went to see Friday the 13th and kind of had a decent time because it was kind of hokey. Like, nah, people, the vibe in the theater was just, damn, that was a tragedy. Damn, I'm sad now. I had a bad day. Like... That's stupid. Movies shouldn't make you feel like that. Okay, movies about slavery and shit, about stuff that happens should make you feel like that, but I don't think it should be a fun, you know what I mean, serial killer Jason kind of thing, specifically with that, because some people leave Terrifier and have a good time, so I'm not even trying to discount the people who would just otherwise love this movie just on its own. I would just literally say, put some voodoo in the beginning of this damn movie and I'd leave you alone. That's it. Put some fucking voodoo in there. Get some crazy man who's out here ripping off jaws and stuff. It's like, oh shit, I got monkey strength. Cool. And then you leave it. You don't even reference it again. Have it that when he goes back to normal, that he's turning into himself. We think it's rabies, but really there's just a guy in there. We never hear his voice. Nothing ever happens. They glory kill him the same way. Keep everything in that movie the exact same. Just put some voodoo at the beginning and I would leave you the fuck alone.